Family prepared me. She might not be alive.
A friendship of 40 years.
Very fortunate that she's here.
Tested and tried, but in the toughest of times.
Love you. Love me too.
As the hurricane swept through St. James City and Pine Island, Rosemary Lowry hoped her dear friend would make it through.
She was the only one that had cell phone in her little group.
Diane Richards says she was planning to evacuate, but
I was also watching over some other people's trailers, getting it prepared for the storm, and so I just kind of ran out of time.
She hunkered down in a clubhouse with a group of neighbors. Once the storm passed and they stepped outside,
Flamingo Bay is like a war zone. It's just really, really bad. It's sad. It's sad.
Ed Romig, who weathered the storm in Boquilla, describes it as,
it was a nightmare.
he and his family had evacuated to Marco Island for safety, but says they were kicked out of their hotel in the middle of the night.
So then it was, what do we do? So we just came back to my father's house.
Romig was one of dozens who evacuated from Pine Island Sunday morning.
If you want to get off the island, it's not that difficult.
He hopped on a boat from one of the dozens of volunteers who's helping people of Pine Island evacuate. But as county officials are advising residents to evacuate to safety, many with food in hand, generators, and water are going back to the island, not wanting to leave the place they call home.
Be smart. It's the roads washed out, the bridges are gone. This isn't Charlie. The Red Cross isn't going to be at the center handing out sandwiches in a week.
The island has been devastated with no power, water, or a timeline from when the only bridge off and on the island will be repaired.
And my house is unlivable. I have a trailer there and it's unlivable.
And like many we spoke to who have evacuated, the hardest part is
To close the door and know that I might not ever see it again.
in Pine Island. Alexandra Ragel, Fox 4.